Hello, my name is Paulina Monge, and I'm going to talk about Visa Inc. Now, I think it's very common to see the little logo signs of Visa and I dare to say, almost everywhere. It could be banks, governmental institutions, big companies, small local businesses, etc. But do we really know what is Visa? It's a bank, government, it's a credit card, a debit card, a payment method, a type of technology. What is it? That's what I'm going to talk about here. I'm going to talk about Visa in general. When it started, what is it, how does it work, how can it help us, etc. Let's start that Visa. It's a global payment technology company that connects consumers, businesses, governments, banks, and territories to have fast, secure, and reliable electronic payments. It is processed with the Visa Net that offers a very good service like fraud protections for customers and assured payment for the merchants. This company offers a very wide range of branded payments platforms that with the clients, primarily financial institutions, used to develop and offer credit, debit, prepaid, and cash access programs, as well with digital, mobile, and e-commerce platforms for their customers. This company is always investing on new services and processing platforms to facilitate the more convenient and innovative payments methods, like mobile payments, money transfer, and e-commerce, and constantly being improving on their speed, security, and performance with its networks. Now, let's get back to where it all started, how it was founded, who founded, everything. Let's back to 1958, where Bank of America launched Bank Americard, that it was the very first credit card program available for the middle class consumers and small, medium-sized businesses in the United States. Of course, it didn't take long for it to be very successful, and it was in 1974 that it became international. Two very important events happened in the 70s that defined the company and reshaped an entire new industry. First, Bank America became an independent entity that was united under a common global brand, that is Visa. And the second event was that Visa launched VisaNet, the first world's truly electronic authorization, clearing, and settlement system. Safe to say that it was a very big surprise for the world. And it was a revolutionary thing because remember that back in the 70s, technology, it was not a big deal. It was, but it was so far away from reality. Visa continued to operate until 2007 when the US, Canada, Latin America, the Caribbean, the Asian Pacific, Central Europe, Middle East, and Africa regions merged to form Visa Inc. Practically the whole world. So this company went public on March 2008 as being one of the most successful IPOs in history. Today, it operates about 200 countries and territories, and the products and services are available in any device. It could be cards, laptops, tablets, and mobile devices. Let's talk now a little bit of the founder, D Hawk. He is an advisor, speaker, and writer who resigned in 1984 as his management role in Visa. Nowadays, he has been active in developing new models of social and business organization. Now, the Visa core values. Visa does not focus on the client's values, but its workers. They use integrity, innovation, collaboration, and excellence. For their mission statement is that they connect the world through the most innovative, reliable, and secure payment method, enabling individuals, businesses, and economics to thrive. For their vision, they say that Visa is a vision is to be the best way to pay and be paid for everyone and everywhere. Now their business strategy. Business strategy is to aggressively expand its presence in contactless payment methods, e-commerce, and other digital vehicles. Now, business models is very different from a traditional business model. It is not very intuitive, though most of the people use Visa credit cards for payments, but like I said before, very few of us know how Visa works. In fact, not everybody knows what Visa is and that they are listed in the New York Stock Exchange, including me, until I worked in this project. Now, Visa is a multi-site platform of a business model platform. How does Visa works? Well, Visa provides banks global payment solutions. Its payment products platforms are used by the banks to develop credit and debit card programs for their customers. This doesn't mean that Visa issues credit cards or extends credit to customers. Instead, it operates an open-loop payment network to manage the exchange of information between the clients and the financial institutions. Visa classifies banks as either issuers and acquirers. The issuers issue cards to the cardholders, and the acquirers manage the relationship with the merchants. To understand the whole ecosystem, I'm going to explain it in a resumed way. Cardholders are the individuals that possess Visa payment cards. The issuers are the financial institutions that issue Visa cards to the cardholders, and they extend the credit to them. They determine the interest rates or the fees. Now, the issuer processors are the third-party institutions, which are the owners of the technology of the platforms. Then, the merchants are the businesses that accept Visa cards as a payment mechanism for their goods and services. Then we have the acquirers, who are the financial institutions that solicit merchants to accept Visa cards. And finally, we have the acquire processors, that are the third-party institutions with the technological platforms to handle the transactions. Now, who are the customers of Visa? Financial institutions by the issuers, financial institutions by the acquirers, cardholders, and merchants. Now, Visa creates value for its all stakeholders during this process. The first one is the cardholders benefits because of the convenience, security, rewards, and for the card payments. This means that you being a client for Visa gives you the security of your payments, gives you convenience, gives you rewards. What does the rewards mean? It means that you get points. You earn points by using your card. This could give you a lot of benefits and even kind of gifts. Like you can go you can get products for those rewards. Then the second one is that the American benefits from improved sales by offering payment method options for the customer. This means that when a business accepts Visa and many other payment methods, they get more customers because the payment method is very wide. Then the last one is the banks, the issuers and the acquirers. They get new revenue streams through card fees, late payment interest and transaction fee cuts. Now, the products of this company are credit cards, debit cards, commercial cards, and prepaid cards that are money and money transfer products. And their services are authorization, clearing, settlement services, mobile financial services like payment by mobile, transfer payment, and top-up services. Now, let's get to the part of how Visa makes money. They make money by transaction fees charged to the Americans, by payment volumes, transaction processing, value-add services like risk management, debit issuer processing, loyal services, and dispute management, and of course value-add informational services. In order to create value, Visa has built a global processing infrastructure consisting of multiple synchronized processing centers. They also sponsor FIFA and the Olympics, making a focus on helping Visa in building a strong brand and attracting more customers. Now, let's talk about competition. There's always competition, whether it's for a fashion industry, a local business, a schoolmate, sports, anything, even banks. There's always competition, and for Visa Inc., this is not the exception. One of their biggest rivals is MasterCard, and I think this is not a surprise because just like we see everywhere Visa signs, we can see MasterCard signs too. Another very big competition for Visa is a digital payment company like PayPal. I think we all see PayPal payments on the internet, like Amazon, any store that has digital, any what can that other be? Well, many digital stores, and that's a big competition for it because times are changing and we're getting to be more technological. Now let's talk about the board, which consists on 12 big minds on the business world. The first one is Louis A. Carney. He's the chairman and CEO of Carney Global Ventures. Then we have Mary B. Cranston, who is the former chairwoman and CEO and former senior partner of Pillsbury Winthrop Shaw Pittman. Francisco Javier Fernández Carvajal, the General Director of Servicios Administrativos, Country SADCV. Then we have Alfred F. Kelly Jr., the current chairman and CEO of Visa Inc., Ramon Laguarta, the chairman and CEO of PepsiCo Inc., John F. Longgreen, the lead independent director and former chairman and CEO of Stanley Black & Decker, Denise M. Morrison, the founder of Denise Morrison and Associates, Robert W. Matsulet, former vice chairman and CEO of the Seagram Company Limited, Suzanne Nora Johnson, former vice chairwoman of the Golden Sachs Group, Linda J. Rendell, the CEO of the Clorox Company, John A. C. Swainson, former president of the software group Dell, and lastly, Maynard D. Weber Jr., the founder of Web Investment Network. That's a very good board. It has amazing people, CEOs from companies that are very successful, and definitely they have made the right choices to make this company to be on the top. For the joint ventures, Disney recently announced a 2-year agreement with the Walt Disney Company that will give specific benefits and experience when you sign for their Disney Plus service. This is only for Infinity, Signature, and Platinum card holders. Then we have Visa and MasterCard. This is not very common and you might think this is weird, but it surely works for them. They created, own it, govern it, and operate by its interests and their member banks. The ownership structure of Visa and MasterCard is the case study mentioned is that the member banks support background for the Visa and MasterCard associations. They set up rules and politics to reduce the competition of the general purpose card products to suit the different markets. This is very interesting. Like the competition has a joint venture in order to both be able to succeed. It's very intelligent, but I feel like it might have some warnings, of course. Now for the partnerships. Visa partnered with WhatsApp, well, technically Facebook, to Visa be able to do payments on WhatsApp. What does it mean? That you can transfer money on the WhatsApp app instead of the bank's apps. I think it's a very good partnership. It's gonna facilitate a lot the lives of the people. Then there's the Goldman Sachs and Visa Inc. partnership. Goldman Sachs Group is an commercial and corporate bank credit clients that can use Visa networks. Then we have the failures. It is very common for every company to have failures. Their last failure was in 2018 when the company experienced a downtime in their system. This was mostly in Europe, but they were more than 20 hours with this downtime, making a completely mess on their system and failing with their clients. Their subsidiaries. Visa has more than 40 subsidiaries. It's very innovative. It could be like payment systems. They have Visa International Asia Pacific Korea, Visa International Asia Pacific, the International Mexico Visa SADCB, Visa AP Australia, Visa Canada Corporation, Visa CIMIA, Visa do Brasil Empreendimentos, Visa Holdings, Visa Hong Kong, Plus System Inc., PayClick Australia, Interlink Network, Innovant, Advanced Resolution Services, and so much many others worldwide. Visa has subsidiaries in the whole world. Now, let's remember what we said when Visa is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. In the New York Stock Exchange, it is listed with the Nasdaq. What is this? These are companies that are focused on creating edge technology, just like Visa create payment technology worldwide. On September 30 of 2001, it went a little bit down by 0.73%. The newest Visa campaign is Met Visa. Here, Visa is trying to change the way people see the company. This campaign is designed to highlight the different roles Visa plays in finance in addition to their credit cards. This is an introductory film. There is a series of short digital films and photographies that shows how the company is advancing in commerce around the world and how it fits in different financial processes. This has released to cover the topics of payment flexibility, krypton adoption, American with sellers on a global scale, and advancing side hustles. The brand symbol imitates the global symbol for equality, which serves as the way to highlight Visa's role in the financial inclusion. This strategy is visible for the 200 countries and territories that Visa operates. Now let's talk about the funds of Visa to help society. There's the Visa Foundation, who has recently established a new philanthropic platform to give and called the Visa Foundation. This focuses on helping micro and small enterprises thrive through access, growth, and resilience. This is a new social impact. They focus on belief that micro and small enterprises are the backbone of the global economy, accounting for more than 90% of enterprises worldwide and contributing from 50 to 60% of global employment. As part of this Visa Foundation debut, it is making its first financial commitment with the Women's World Banking to support and provide over 5 years the development of sustainable solutions for women's entrepreneurs to build their enterprises and establish financial safety nets while also advancing leadership skills and financial capabilities. Why is it important to invest on this bank, on women? Because despite the contribution to both the formal and informal economy, women-owned micro and small businesses are unserved and underserved financially. According to the World Bank, there is a staggering there is a big annual credit deficit for this sector. Financial products such as saving, credit, and insurance help low-income women build their assets, grow their businesses, and ensure economic resilience in challenging times, such as an example, COVID times. Also, when women earn and manage their own income, they reinvest in ways that can produce long-term intergenerational changes, like education for their children, better housing, healthcare for themselves and their families. Now, let's talk about the Women's World Banking. The newest commitment of the Visa Foundation is to support small and micro businesses impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. These have two initiatives. The first one is a $10 million fund to provide immediately relief to nonprofits on the front lines of COVID to respond efforts. And then there's this 5 years, $2 million commitment in support of small and micro businesses. This will not only focus on public health care, but on food relief efforts in the regions where Visa operates, which means basically the whole world. North Asia, Middle East Asia, North America, Latin America and the Caribbean, Europe, Asia Pacific and Central Europe, the Middle East and Africa. Now, let's talk about the Boston Consulting Group. This is a very interesting topic because Like the name says, it's a consulting group to be a better company, to help us with the strategies. The BCG matrix for Visa Inc. will help Visa in implementing the business level strategies for its business units and their benefits, of course. They analyze their identity, where the strategies business units of Visa will fall within the BCG matrix for Visa. It is divided on 4 segments: stars, cash cows, question marks, and dogs. Now let's get started with the stars. The financial strategy service for this business unit is a star in the BCG matrix. It operates in a market that shows potential in the future. Visa earns a significant amount of its income from this SBU. The number one brand strategy for this business unit is that there's also the product that generates the greatest sales among its product portfolio. The potential within this market is also high as consumers are demanding. This is a similar types of products. Visa should undergo a product development strategy for this SBU, where it develops innovative features on this product through research and development. This will totally help Visa Inc. by attracting more customers and increase its sales. The number 2 brand strategy business in this star segment of the BCG is that Visa has a 20% market share in this category. That means that it also is the market leader in this category. The overall category is expected to grow at 5% in the next 5 years, which shows that the market rate is expected to remain high. Visa should use its current products to penetrate that same market. This could be done by improving its distributions, and this will help by reaching out the untapped areas. This will help increase the sales. Then we have cash cows. We have been looking for cash cows on class and saying that it's the highest products what sells the most. This supplier management service has been in operation for over decades and has earned Visa Inc. a significant amount in revenue. The market share for Visa is very high, but the overall market is declining as companies manage their suppliers themselves rather than outsourcing it. The recommended strategy for Visa is to stop further investment in this business and keep operating this strategic business unit as long as it's profitable. The third brand strategy for this business is to innovate a product that has a market share of 25% on its category. Visa is also the market leader in this category. The overall has been declining slowly in the past few years. Visa has the power to influence the market as well in this category. So that's a huge advance for them and a benefit. It should invest in research and development so that the brand could be innovated. This will help the category grow and will turn this cash cow into a star. The overall benefit will be an increase in sales of the Visa. The international food business strategy. What a name! This business unit has a high market share of 30% in this category, but people are now inclined less toward the international food. This change in trends has led to a decline in the growth rate of the market. The recommended strategy for Visa is to invest enough to keep this strategy business unit under operation. If it no longer remains profitable and turns into a dog, then Visa should divest this strategy business unit. For the question mark side, the local full strategies is a question mark for the BCG matrix for Visa. These recent trends in the markets has shown that consumers are focusing more toward the local foods. Therefore, this market is showing a highly market growth rate. However, Visa has been in a low market share in this segment, so they have to be very careful here. That's why they recommend a strategy of invest in research and development to come up with innovative features. This product development strategy will ensure that this turns into a cash cow and bring profits for the company in the future. The number 4 brand strategy business in a question mark in the BCG matrix. This business strategy is part of a market that is growing very rapidly. However, this business strategy has been incurring losses in the past few years, but it has also failed in the attempts made by innovation, research and development teams. The recommended strategy for Visa is to divest and prevent any future losses from occurring. The confectionery strategy business is a question mark too for the BCG. This is a very attractive market that is growing over the years. However, Visa has a low market shares in this market. The low sales are a result of low reach and poor distribution for the Visa Inc. segments. The recommended strategy for Visa is to undergo market penetration, where it pushes to make its products presentable on more outlets. This will ensure increased sales and convert this strategy into a cash cow. Finally, for the dog segment, this segment means that it's like the lowest part, like the less influential part, and successful too. The plastic bag strategy business unit is a dog. This strategy business has been in the loss for the past 5 years. It also operates in a market that is declining due to greater environmental concerns. The number 5 strategy for Visa is to operate in a marketing segment that is declining in the past 5 years, like I said before. The company has negative profits for this strategy business. However, it is expected that the market will grow in the future with environmental changes that are occurring right now. The recommended strategy here is to invest in the businesses enough to convert them into a cash cow. The synthetic fiber products strategy business unit for the BCG matrix has been declining their products, and as a result of this decline, Visa has been facing a loss in the past 3 years. The market share for it's also less than 5%, and the recommendation strategy for Visa is to divest this strategic business to minimize any further losses. And finally, the artificial flavor products strategy. This strategy are the products that were launched recently with the prediction that this segment will grow. However, with increasing health consciousness, people are now refraining from consumption of artificial flavors. The market is shrinking and Visa has no significant market share. The recommended strategy is to call back this product immediately. Now, let's talk about the sponsorships. Sponsorships are a way of, in my opinion, a marketing strategy and a way, kind of like a foundation. This means to help athletes or persons that wants to achieve goals like academic goals, etc. These sponsorships and partnerships, from sports to entertainment to fashion, have the ability to bring people together in the world. This is just like what I said. Brings people together, promotes goodness in the world. One of the sponsorships of Visa is the Worldwide Olympic Partner and the Worldwide Paralympic Partner. Their commitment to this institution is more than a sponsorship. They've been a partner of the Olympic movement since 1986 and proudly signed as one of the first global partner of the International Paralympic Committee in 2003. They are dedicated to empower athletes and building a more inclusive world through sports. This is an example of how Visa really supports and promotes, in my opinion, health. Like, they promote a lot with the Team USA. They help the athletes. They sponsorships them not only for their benefit or the athletes' benefits, but to promote to not only the US but the whole world that it's very important to exercise, to have a healthy life. How sports can guide you in life, how can they be very beneficial not only on a financial way, but on a healthy and psychological way. The second worldwide partner is the FIFA World Cup. The passion for soccer fans in every corner of the world has pushed Visa to partner with them. They're globally proud partner with the men's and women's FIFA's World Cup since 2007. And lastly, is a proud sponsor of the NFL since 1995. Visa has been the sponsor of the National Football League, as exclusive payment services provides for the NFL and its official NFL events. They are continuously to innovating and provide faster and more secure payment methods to their fans in the moment of action and the field. There is this message of Andrea Fairchild, the SVP Global Sponsorship Strategy. She says that across the globe, sports inspire and unite. Visa is proud to support athletes, fans, and communities through iconic sporting events around the world. Our partnership delivers unique and powerful platforms that enable us to make a transformational impact, showing payment solutions that uplift everyone and everywhere. Now, I think it's safe to say that we have seen what Visa truly is. It's not just a bank. It's not just a way to pay a payment method. It's not just technology. It is a company that makes people's life easier. They promote wellness. They promote sustainability for our environment and for the people. They create millions of jobs. They connect the world through payment methods. They help people. They help them to invest. They promote investment. They promote creating businesses. They promote a lot on the world's economy. And I think it's a very big deal in the world. There should be many more companies that are focused just as Visa is with the world and the world society. Personally, I think Visa is one of the greatest companies. And the chairman, Mr. Kelly, he has been very busy making this happen. I'm certainly sure, and not just me, it's actually a fact, that he is in the top 5 best CEOs in the world this last 2001, and that's a fact. So thank you for listening to me, and have a good day.